because they want Duva to create a ruckus, which they say Lou does better than anybody else in the sport.
That's a first for me, Jim. I never heard of a
designated ruckus creator.
There's always something.
But you heard George Foreman say that for the first 3 or 4 rounds of the bout, Junior Jones has what George called the best jab in boxing. He's got to get it going early, George.
Sometimes you've got to set the jab up by hitting him with a right hand, just as you do the reverse.
That right hand will make Barrera respect Junior Jones for a couple of rounds so he can establish himself as the better boxer. But if he goes in and try to finish because he did hurt him with that right hand, he could turn this thing into a knockdown drag-out.
Ready, they're back at a punching distance. Jones extending the jab and trying to keep Barrera on the end of it. He said he wanted to get Barrera's attention early with some hard shots, and he did it with that one right hand.
Now that right hand that Junior Jones landed.
Another one.
Man, it could have made him a bit more aggressive than he ought to be at this early in the stage of the fight. But he smells a knockout. He may be smelling improperly now.
He's on his way to winning the first round, and so far the right hand shows no sign that he can't throw it or will pull it because of pain.
And Barrera uncharacteristically going backward, because early in a fight he does try to impose his will on his opponents.
It's hard to go forward all the time against a jab like Junior's.
Right now Jones is having his way with Barrera.
Ordinarily,
back it up.
Ordinarily, I would say so, but I wouldn't want to mix it up with this guy this early in the fight.
And there Barrera lands a left hand and then a little right inside. So Marco Antonio Barrera getting in a couple of quick counters in the last 10 seconds of a round largely controlled by Junior Jones. And as we go to Barrera's corner, our interpreter is Hector Garcia.
Que no vuelva a pasárselas las derechas.
Don't do this again.
No vuelva a pasarse.
Don't do this again.
Manos bien arriba, porque
You're avoiding those punches fine.
Vivo.
Be alive. Turn around, and when he throws that right hand, then turn around and hit him. Use your left hand inside. From that part.
Here's that big right hand very early in the round that certainly got Barrera's attention for the rest of the round.
And as you saw, Jones landed another solid right cross later on in the round. Meanwhile, he threw 54 jabs, exactly doubling Barrera's output in round number 1. And you can see that Harold Letterman gave round 1 to Junior Jones. We'll check in with Harold verbally for his scorecard at a few key junctures in the fight.
I think Junior Jones may have opened up too early with his right hands. He could have concealed the power he has for a few rounds. Once a guy tastes your power early, he thinks, oh, I survived. He'll walk right through you.
You saw the trademark Barrera left hook to the lower body, digging in hard against Jones's lower rib cage. That is truly Marco Antonio's bread and butter, is body punching, especially with the left hand.
He also was able to land a good left hook to the below the belt there before that round ended. So he's putting everything in perspective.
Well, we'll find out how engaged Lou Duva is. If he lands a few more low blows, should see Lou popping up out of the corner, if in fact it takes place.
What's going to have to happen is Junior Jones' corner is going to have to calm him down and take him back to boxing. Go back to boxing. Forget this punching, matching blow for blow. It's just not going to work. He was too excited by the success of that initial right hand. It may have caused him to be just a bit overconfident.
As they get into close quarters and exchange punches, you can see Barrera going to the body. Junior Jones trying to work upstairs. Barrera doing a pretty effective job of tying him up in there.
The referee is making a very bad mistake telling these guys to break with his hands on their back. You've got to get in there and get between those guys.
Another low blow by Barrera. The referee didn't see it. Much of the crowd did.
You know, McKinney fought a wonderful fight against Barrera, and he got pulled into these kinds of exchanges also when he did his best work from outside. And Jones is now getting him to exchanges that he doesn't need, George.
Yeah, he's gotten away from his game plan. Oh, another low blow.
And again, the referee does and says nothing. So there have been about 4 of those low blows already by Barrera.
Back it up.
You're going to have to wait to see if Junior Jones's corner will try to do something about it.
Let's go, Junior.
Good hard right hand by Jones. Barrera shakes it off, comes back inside. Body punching. And round 2 seemed to belong to Marco Antonio Barrera.
I need 2 or 3 jabs at a time, okay? All right. Shorten up the hook. Okay? The hook is coming a little too wide, baby. Okay. And look, when you throw these shots, when you get close, man, come around the side. Okay? Start banging this guy in the arms, too, okay? Don't just wait on him. Don't wait on him. Don't let him get the momentum. You start the momentum, okay?
How we doing?
You're doing good.
Doing great.
Very well. Doing great.
Don't go in too straight. Keep turning this guy, turn this guy, and snap that jab out of him. And get that right hand off.
Good. Move it, Red. Get up.
Too much inside. That looked like it was right on the top of the trunks. I didn't think it was a bad low blow.
No.
Let's see if Jones goes back to that jab.
Good right hand by Jones and a left hook in there. Barrera taking both punches. Quadrupling up on the jab. Now he's back to the fight plan.
No. I got him.
Now Junior Jones is establishing his left hand. It's been a superior jab, but he's got to make sure he keeps himself moving. Don't just jab and stand there, because this Barrera is aiming a good right hand over top that left jab. Now good jab by Barrera.
Barrera willing to jab with the jabber.
Junior Jones' corner should easily tell him, win this thing with a left jab. Who cares about the right hand at this point?
And stay out at this distance, right? I mean, this is a good, manageable working distance for Junior Jones.
And Barrera should try to mix it up, get in and get those body punches. Keep close to this guy. Don't give him any false courage.
One thing about Barrera when he's coming in, if he has a flaw, he lacks head movement a lot of the time. Tends to come straight in and back straight out, right, George?
He has this great desire to mix it up, and once you have that, no one can talk you out of it.
Junior Jones lands a right hand and a solid left hook, and then ties up Barrera. An excellent piece of work in the middle of the ring.
When you throw that kind of power, you've got to get some oxygen from somewhere, so it's best to tie your guy up.
Let him go, Junior. Break, back
Barrera sneaking in the hard left-hand body shot. Junior Jones has managed the ring very well in this round, keeping an appreciable distance between himself and Barrera and landing the left hand up and downstairs.
I got you. Push him. I'll push him. I got you.
This referee is paying no attention to the low blows. Ooh, what a left hook by Barrera to the body.
He commits so hard to that left hook to the body.
Watch your hands. Watch your hands.
Jones just missing a right hand. Barrera damaging Jones in the middle of the chest with a hard left-hand shot.
Jones' arms are longer, so it's at a disadvantage for him to get close and start trading shots.
And still to come, the man most critics now regard as the world's best pound-for-pound fighter, 168-pound world champion, moving up to fight for a 175-pound interim title tonight. Roy Jones Jr. against the smartest opponent of his career, 39-year-old Mike McCallum. Never let it be said that Roy can be unaware of when the red light is on in the dressing room camera.
You keep throwing those punches below, he's not going to last. Up into that bottom, top and bottom. And counter punch with those hooks. You listen to me?
So far, Roy Jones has shown that he is a real quality fighter, but it's a long way to go, and he has been absorbing body punishment.
You mean Junior Jones?
Junior Jones.
We have a lot of confusion here tonight with Junior Jones in one fight and Roy Jones Jr. in the other. Jones Jr., Junior Jones. Thank heaven we're boxing fans. Letterman's card through 3. When Jones throws a lot of jabs, he tends to control the action. He threw 46 of them in round 3 and landed half of his power shots as a result.
Barrera is making a mistake to let Junior Jones establish even one round where it's mostly his left jab, because this guy gets some courage. His endurance and thought of endurance will increase. He should stay on Junior Jones if he want to win this thing. Stay on him.
While we were looking at Roy Jones, the men in Barrera's corner were telling their fighter that they thought Junior Jones was ready to go and that he should step in and pressure him and look to do damage.
Back it up. I'm pushing. Save your energy. Get a jab back. Get that jab back.
Barrera throwing to the left arm of Junior Jones. And now he lands a right uppercut on the button as Jones backs away. Sneaks in a low blow, and the referee has seen it.
For the first time he noticed, but that wasn't the worst of the low blows. If in fact it was a low blow.
Well, I thought it was a low blow, but the referee really didn't see it.
Okay.
Junior Jones had to sell him on it.
That's true. That's true. If you're going to sell it, this is the time to sell it.
But he sold it to him from conviction because he knew he had been hit.
Boy, he
believed in the product he was selling.
So at least referee Max Barker Jr. has now addressed the subject. We're in round 4. Jones landing left hands. Hard right hand by Junior Jones. And another one in close. Barrera shaking those punches off and coming back with artillery of his own. Barrera, like so many Mexican stars, Chavez among them, willing to take punishment in order to give more of it back.
When you're not a good boxer, stand-up boxer, you know that your chance for glory has to be in the mix-up there. You got to keep mixing it up.
There must be something about Barrera's style that entices his opponents to go into exchanges with him. They see openings, they shoot for the openings, sometimes they hit the openings, but in the meantime, he's building a foundation for the later rounds by going to the body.
That's exactly true, not better said. He flinches when you hit him with the good right hands. He give you this false confidence that he won't last long, but he'll be there.
And then you, in the meantime, you wind up fighting his fight.
Exactly. left hand stopped Barrera in his tracks momentarily.
Yeah, and then Jones fired a left, and now Jones fires a right hand to the chin of Barrera. And then Barrera comes back, and this is deteriorating into the kind of war that Barrera fought with Kennedy McKinney, and logic tells you that Junior Jones shouldn't be in that kind of a fight with him.
Yeah, you're gonna move a little bit.
That's it.
Harold Letterman, your score through 4 rounds.
Larry, 2 rounds apiece, 38-38. I gave rounds 1 to 3 to Junior Jones. I thought he outfought Barrera, but boy, I tell you, Marco's starting to take over. I thought Marco won that 4th round. He's digging that left hook hard to Junior's body. Junior's not moving side to side at all. He's standing right in front of Marco. I don't think he can beat Marco that way. And incidentally, in the 2nd round, that was an awful display of rabbit punching from both guys.
And incidentally, Harold, I have it 3 rounds to 1 for Jones. I gave him the last round.
I see it that way too. But then I never did see that way.
Come on, guys, get out, move it. Round 5. Round 5. Go back. No.
Unbeaten Marco Antonio Barrera in the gaily colored Mexican decor shorts.
Break on the back up. Back up on the back.
And Ivy Jones, nicknamed Poison, also called Junior Jones, in the red.
Let go, break, back it up. Watch your hand in there, right?
Junior Jones is trying to get a knockout.
They bang heads.
Try to steal this fight. Steal it. The knockout will come if you steal it.
Break, back it up. I got it.
But that's not who he is, George. Like Kennedy McKinney, like Kevin Kelly, like Meldrick Taylor before them.
Back it up.
He has boxing skills, but he also has a warrior's heart. And sometimes that heart gets in the way.
Antonio Barrera leaping in with the left hook. Jones momentarily stunned into inactivity by it. And Barrera goes back to stalking his man.
And Jones has a bloody nose, I believe.
And Barrera just stuck it with the left jab. Hard right hand by Junior. Crowd is excited to see Barrera take so many punches from Junior Jones.
The referee is at fault here. You cannot put your hands on the back of fighters and tell them to break. You got to get in there and do something yourself.
Oh no, there you go. Keep it clean.
Especially when there's been some punching below the belt. They're going to get upset and do bad things to one another.
There's been punching below the belt. There's been holding behind the head. There's been rabbit punching, as Harold pointed out. They've had a little bit of everything in the early rounds.
It's a prize fight, guys. And Barrera is catching some straight, hard punches.
And Barrera now turns to Parker and says he's butting me under the eye. How about that?
It's been happening. That's why the referee has got to get in here and go to work. He can't stand off and do it with his mouth.
And there's a cut above the left eye now of Marco Antonio Barrera, which he's going to say is the result of the butt moments ago from the head of Junior Jones. Blood trickling into Barrera's left eye. New urgency for the unbeaten Mexican. Down he goes. Hard right hand by Junior.
Can he get out of the round? He's very hurt. Very hurt.
Look at me. Watch him.
The referee is giving him an awful long time to survive.
More time than he deserved.
Why did he get so much time to survive?
More time than he deserved, but it's going to be over. The bell ends the round. Barrera is knocked down. The referee stopped the fight.
Has the referee stopped the fight?
Referee has stopped the fight.
No, the cornermen came in to stop it also.
No, I don't believe so.
I think they were in to complain about the fouling. I don't think they wanted to stop it. Referee might have drawn the conclusion they wanted to stop it.
You did this.
The referee is confused. He's asking the timekeeper whether the bell went down before he stopped it.
The referee disqualified this guy for running into the ring.
Everybody seems certain of exactly what